In today's video, we're going to be making some roasted garlic pâté. So I've always found lunch to be the most difficult meal of the day, and Gimlet actually finds lunch to be very difficult as well, because Gimlet would like to have several lunches after several breakfasts and then several dinners and possibly some supper as well. All Gimlet thinks about is eating. But for me, once I get halfway through the day and I'm working, I'm just like, oh, what am I going to have for lunch? And it's the one meal. I don't worry about breakfast. I have the same thing more or less every day. I'm very boring. Don't really worry about dinner, but lunch is just like, oh, what we're going to have for lunch. So today I've got a solution. We're going to make some delicious roasted garlic pâté. So the first thing we need to do for this recipe, in fact, the only cooking there actually is to roast our garlic. Now, it's absolutely not worth putting the oven on just for this. So when you're cooking something else, maybe the night before, all you can do is loosely wrap in foil like so and just pop it in the oven for about 25 minutes. And here is one I made earlier. I'll show you how to prepare this in a moment. So the first thing we need for this recipe are our pecan nuts. If one falls out, you're allowed to eat that. That's the rules. Now, of course, you could adjust this recipe. You could use different nuts or you could use different herbs, but this is my favorite way of doing it. So we've got our 1 cup of pecan nuts. We're going to add half a teaspoon of celery salt. Again, you could adjust this with different types of salt, maybe something with chili in. We're going to add a very generous handful of flat leaf parsley, and I do tend to just, pick out the largest of the stalks so that it's not too woody. Although we're going to blend this, you don't want to over blend it. We don't want it looking like baby food. So just take out some of the coarser stems and it'll be fine. Next, we need a tablespoon of lime juice. So I'm going to use my trusty squeezer gadget here. Add this to your mix if you don't want to measure. It's about the juice of 1 small lime. Now you're going to prepare the roasted garlic. I'm just trimming the edge off here. Now you might have seen videos where they just squeeze this and all of these pop out neatly. I found that mostly not to be the case, but they are, fairly easy to remove. Like so. You're going to do the whole lot. And before adding them to the mixture, I will chop them a little bit more. I find that garlic tends to sort of escape the blender. I'm not going to bother chopping them very small, but you want to do the whole bulb and chop it to about this size. So what can we do with this pâté? Now, I like to just have it on toast, but of course sandwiches. You can put it on baked potato. You can even, if you're doing something like stuffed mushrooms, you can put it on those. I don't believe the saying about life being too short to stuff a mushroom. I would be more likely to say, what's the point of life if you can't stuff mushrooms? Because mushrooms are delicious. When my daughter was young, she and I were the only ones in the household that would eat mushrooms, us being 2/3 of the household, obviously. And so when my partner was away, we would have what we called mushroom week, and we'd literally have things with mushrooms in all week. We'd have mushroom soup and we'd have stuffed mushrooms. Let me know if you'd like a recipe for any of those things. But honestly, with stuffed mushrooms, you can just make them up as you go along. And things like this pâté are great for adding flavour to such things. You can even use it alongside other things and stir it into pasta. It is very versatile and delicious. And we can freeze this recipe. Yes, it freezes perfectly well. I'll show you how I do that at the end of this section. So I'm going to put some footage in of me blending this. I like to use a stick blender. A stick blender is an amazing thing. The one that I've got, I'm astonished it hasn't broken yet, because it literally cost about a tenner in a supermarket many, many years ago. And I use it for things like soups all the time. Although I have other blenders, it really is the quickest and easiest way. So if you don't have a stick blender, what are you waiting for? As I said, don't over blend a pate, because if it's too smooth, especially because it's got green in, it's just going to end up looking a horrible colour. And you want a little bit of bite in there. You want a little bit of the ingredients still showing while still making it a paste. So we need to keep blending and scraping and mixing until we get just the right consistency. So here's our finished pate. Not the prettiest thing in the world, but absolutely flavourful and delicious. I have a young girl called Chloe who works for me a couple of mornings a week, just helping with video editing and social media stuff. And she's quite a big meat eater, particularly likes sushi. And she mentioned that she likes a meat pate. And I was just out in the kitchen, so I gave her a little bit to try on a teaspoon. And according to Chloe, this is banging, my friends. This is a banging pate. So there we have Chloe's approval. I've got some here that I'm just popping in the freezer. And then next time I don't have anything for lunch and I can't decide what to put on my toast, I'll just take this out in the morning and allow it to defrost. Recipe, as always, is in the comments. This is very flavour packed and dense, so it makes quite a small amount. So feel free to make lots and store it in your freezer. So don't forget to share in the comments if you're going to have a go at this recipe. And remember to stay kind to yourself, stay kind to other people, and always, most of all, be kind to animals. That way you will stay fully approved by cats.